Look, y'all can ship Robin and Batgirl all you want before his dad steals her. But if you ask me where Dick should be, don't bother because it's Starfire. Like, it's really no contest. Mainly because Teen Titans, it ruined me, as it's the perfect love story of a girl who's out of this world and a kid trying way too hard to be his dad. While it may have taken 5 seasons in a movie to get us there, it made Rob Star the definitive Robin ship for me, and I'm not going to apologize for it. So to better understand how the show about teen superheroes made me a stan, we're gonna have to go through their love story, what made it great, what could have been done better, and just a little bit about how weird it made looking at any other version of Starfire. Like, I thought this was fan art, but no, it's official. I'm Sarcastic Chorus. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to be kept up to date on all my shipping madness, as while this might be my first video about the Teen Titans, it's definitely not going to be my last.
Just one more dance wouldn't kill me.
He's very proficient when we have—
Corey!
Now just for context, let's talk about the people at the heart of this mess, and why the answer of who is behind the mask isn't nearly as clear as it should be, even though it is. Robin is a mainstay in comics, Batman's sidekick, the Boy Wonder, rocking tights for no other reason than he could, but as the years have gone on, the Titan of Robin has been passed around a lot. Like, a lot. With the only real requirements being black hair, blue eyes, or your own body bag. With the original and most iconic Robin being Dick Grayson, the son of circus performers whose parents were tragically killed by the mob. Eventually though, Dick couldn't fit in those booty shorts no more, switching to tights and becoming the man whore we all know and love. With the second Robin being Jason Todd, who was here just long enough for the public to say thank you next, voting to kill his ass. Then after that, we got Tim Drake. Now honestly, I have always felt bad for Tim, as the universe seems determined to have Dick steal his shit. This man has taken his staff, his skills, and his look. When it comes to adaptations, there is no one who gets screwed over more than Tim Drake. Doesn't matter if it's basically him, he's gonna be named Dick or not at all. With Teen Titans probably being one of the worst examples of this, as this Robin wasn't meant to just be one Robin. See, he was created to be an amalgamation of the various Robins over the years, which sounds nice, till you realize they're lying to us. Like, they're saying he's supposed to be this all-in-one cocktail of boys in tights, but then just has all these Dick exclusives that you really can't deny who's supposed to be behind the mask. Being Nightwing is Dick's thing. Dating Starfire, it's Dick's. Having an extra-dimensional fanboy whose name backwards is Dick Grayson, yeah, no, aside from the clothes and general angst, this is just Dick Grayson trying really hard to be taken seriously by authority figures. But throughout this entire show, he can be chill, he can be relaxed. But he also reads like he just got out of a fight with his Bat Dad and trying way too hard. Disliking it when people call him the Boy Wonder, getting insecure when people think of him as just a kid, but otherwise, he's chill. Till the story gets serious, then he's a little bit of a mini Batman, as being the one with the most experience made him the natural choice to call the shots in a crisis. However, if you're looking for the more modern, himbo energy Dick has been rocking lately, it's not really here, until it comes to talking about his feelings. Then his inner 15-year-old comes popping up again. Robin as a character is incredibly solid, who you don't really have anything negative to say about normally. But I do think he only really shines when he's made the focus, which happens a lot. Too much, some would say. It's me. I'm someone. Like honestly, him and Beast Boy, like they could have been given just a little bit less, so Starfire could have just that much more. And speaking of her, let's talk about how Teen Titans broke the Starfire fandom. Like, this shit blew my mind when I finally got into comics. Teen Titans make Starfire out to be the innocent alien girl. Cute, wholesome, kicks all the butt, major autism vibes. Then you start reading the comics and wow. Wow. This is a lot. When she was first introduced in the comics, there was so much fan service. And that was the point. Again, yeah, she doesn't know the Earthisms, but it's not to the same level of oblivious that she is in Teen Titans. Maybe because while her main quirk in that was haha space foreigner, her vibe in the comics, just generalizing here, don't kill me for this, was very much more bombshell than Airhead. As yes, her powers are drawn from the sun, so she clearly must always have skin showing, just like Superman. Oh wait, no. They really just wanted a hot alien that would be sexy and sleep around, which feels a little bit odd when your first introduction to her is the Titans. Like, the outline is there. Going from one to the other is some serious whiplash, as people are now fighting between which version of the character do we like more, as the most popular piece of media about her gives her big protect this child energy. Then we get to the comics and it is big, we desperately want you to f her. This has been tapered over the years. They've been trying to merge the two. My first comic book about her was the New 52, where she allegedly banged Jason Todd and definitely banged Speedy. Yeah, it was a lot. But for me, personally, as someone above nostalgia, I prefer the Titans. Maybe because comics are an inconsistent hellscape, with this one giving the longest and clearest vision for her character. Starfire is the girl next door. A little bit confused, but her heart's always in the right place. She is both incredibly understanding, but also not afraid to ice someone out when they piss her off. I do feel like her not knowing any Earthisms gets old after a while. It's great to have her be a fish out of water, but after a while, you can't tell me she doesn't know what a couch is. She is iconic in how sweet and lovable she is, essentially giving off the energy you'd expect from someone named Princess Bubblegum. My only real complaint for her is that she's never given her own season or villain to be the main character. She has her sister, but that's like 2 episodes. Everyone else gets a finale to be the main character. But overall, I wouldn't change a thing, even if I think that they definitely could have played up the warrior angle. Well, that's enough about the characters and our rant about Tim Drake erasure. Let's talk shipping. Now, Robin and Starfire, or Robstar for those wanting a shorter, more awkward sounding abbreviation, was a ship that was in the show from the very beginning. This wasn't a Beast Boy and Raven situation where our collective mass delusion willed it into existence, with it being hinted at as early as episode 1. Though to be honest, a lot of it does feel like process of elimination. See, Starfire loves all of her friends, she is chill with everyone. But as the series goes on, it does feel like her relationship to the other Titans is the least fleshed out. Again, she's the only Titan that doesn't get a season. And you dig deeper than that, the Titans can be broken up into smaller friendships. Beast Boy and Cyborg are the closest. They are bickering and broing around the most. While Robin, friendship-wise, is also gonna be hanging with Cyborg. They'll butt heads, but they won't be goofing off together like Cyborg and Beast. Raven, on account of being antisocial and wanting to just be in her room or reading a book, is usually paired with Beast Boy for comedy, in pairing the opposites. And this leaves Starfire to not have the same repertoire as the rest of the group. And this leaves the Starfire and Robin butting up kind of just process of elimination. She's a bit too much for Raven to handle. Beast Boy and Cyborg are a clique, so it's really just Robin that she's gonna be spending the most time hanging out with. And she is the heart of the team, the person no one has beef with, as she just wants everyone to have a good time. She is the emotional core of the team. This role, though, this lack of consistent spotlight in how she interacts with the other Titans, means that it is glaringly obvious that the show is playing to hook up Starfire and Robin. Like in episode 1, you get the vibe that out of everyone, Robin is the one she is closest to. Being new to Earth and not obsessed with video games yet, she relies on Robin to explain a lot of whatever the hell is going on around here. As teenage boys are incomprehensible at the best of times, with Robin needing to clear up just some of the little things, like he can't put everything on pizza. But we really get to see how much Robin means to her after he disappears. As the whole team got jumped by the Hive, don't worry about them, who kicked their ass, humiliating the Titans in public before seemingly killing Robin. Then just to add insult to injury, they do it again. Except this time, they steal their house too. During all of this, who else but Star is the most distraught at Robin just maybe being dead, refusing to believe that he could just be gone, and getting mad at the others that they haven't found him. Skipped a post-eviction, where rather than blaming the others, she's kind of just despondent, thinking if only they had Robin, he would know what to do, and she was right. So armed with an actual plan, they beat up the Hive, get their house back, and should be embarrassed that a bunch of villains took care of it better than they did. But from this alone, you see the connection that's being built up. You see how much Star reels from thinking that Robin is gone. Everyone else is worried, but Star is the most distraught. And at first you can just chalk this up to her personality. Maybe when her friends are in trouble, Starfire is just the one who gets the most worried.
Earth is full of amazing things too.
Best planet I've ever been to.
Yeah, that's not true. Starting out with the Titans going on a trip to the carnival, where Robin and Star go on a Ferris wheel together, eating cotton candy, watching fireworks. Not a date though, in his mind, but it's romantic. Star is new to the planet, she doesn't get the customs, So this idiot thinks he's just being a good friend and explaining what's going on, telling her how the fireworks are just for fun and not a sign that they're being invaded. And this is one of my minor critiques. It is so easy for the show to play into the naive foreigner thing that it kind of forgets sometimes that she comes from a warrior culture. She has seen war, probably killed people, but instead playing up the innocence and being the one to say the funny things. Back to the not date, Robin is still winning, till he goes full monkey brain and starts cheering for the loud boom noises, completely missing the puppy dog eyes she's throwing his way.
Ah, amazing!
Earth is full of amazing things too.
See, she's surrounded by new amazing things, yet the only thing she's looking at is him. We're only 2 episodes into this show, and they are pushing this ship hard. Like something has to go wrong. Now Star got snatched by a robot, Titans have to rally and help her, with Robin naturally being the least powerful person here, is the one who figures out how to break it. Unfortunately, things go from bad to worse, thanks to siblings, who have already broken into their house. Now this is Blackfire. She's the type of sibling you really wish you hung out with more. Till you do, then you remember she's a bitch, wasting no time making Star regret ever being happy to see her, as she proceeds to try and steal Star's friends, flirt with her man, and raid her closet, seemingly determined to make Star feel like she is just a worse version of her, primarily thanks to being able to understand social cues, with her going so far as to be petty, hijacking Star's movie night to drag everyone else to a rave. We're now totally out of place. Star goes to hide on the roof to feel sorry for herself, with who else but Robin being the first one to notice that she's missing. Well, Robin does his best to tell her no one doesn't think she's not amazing. But then Blackfire pops in, drags him back to the dance floor, while wearing a wig to make her look more like her sister, and leaving Star to get jumped again. The Titans are able to defeat this thing, with Blackfire's help, with Cyborg, having missed all of the pity party, floats the idea that maybe Blackfire should join the Titans. While all Star hears is that she's being replaced. Again. Tired of trying to compete with her sister and feeling like she could never live up to the hype, Star attempts to run away from home, only for Robin to show up, refusing to let anyone disappear without saying goodbye. That's his thing. But before we can say anything important, the cops show up. The space cops. So after Robin fights the police and wins, he puts it together that they're actually here for Blackfire, who has been low-key committing identity theft and gave her sister a stolen necklace all as a ploy to hide out on Earth while her sister took the fall. Appalled, but not surprised, Star goes and kicks her sister's ass, letting the police haul her off to jail, leaving these two uninterrupted just long enough to have Robin say the things, calling her irreplaceable after a night of feeling like a spare.
Your sister was interesting, but she could never take your place. No one could ever take your place.
So yeah, 2 episodes in, and we basically already know that they're gonna hook up. It's just a question of when, with that answer being the end of the series. As yes, Teen Titans does commit to one of my personal pet peeves of just promising 2 characters are gonna be together, then not delivering till the end of the series, so they don't have to try and write them any differently. But honestly, I'm mostly fine with it here. This is for a couple reasons. The biggest one being that it isn't treated as a massive recurring element. Between the 5 seasons, there's only really 5 episodes you could really be considered shipping fuel. This isn't a Danny Phantom or Miraculous situation, where the show is looking us dead in the eye and says they're gonna f***, while slapping us in the face with this inevitable fact that it makes us stop caring. Instead, Teen Titans acknowledges it, but sparingly. Yes, Star Robin caught feelings, but never focuses on it, making it way more forgivable. Another element that really helps it is that Teen Titans as a show never really messes with the status quo. It has long-running conflicts and plot elements, but the majority of the series is mostly just fun action set pieces with great moments that you can watch on its own and have a good time. No continuity required. What this also means is that we're not subjected to some dull, frustrating will they won't they scenario where the show teases at us that something is gonna happen when we all know it won't. So you really can just kick back and enjoy the ride, and most importantly, the trauma. It's also not out of character that these two haven't hooked up either. Mostly because Robin is obsessed with somebody else.
Slade. Slade. Who is Slade? 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 Who is Slade?
So yes, after leaving one sketchy father figure who likes to groom kids, he's somehow caught the attention of another one, Slade. Taking a page right out of Bat Dad's book, Robin gets more hung up on his enemies than his friends, obsessing over how can he possibly solve the case while being fully willing to put the other Titans at risk if it means getting the win. With the peak of this obsession being masks, where Robin pretends to be the supervillain the Red X, stealing tech, beating up his friends, all in the hope that Slade will let him get close enough to bust him.
This ends now!
Didn't work, did it?
So all Robin got out of the deal was a mask and pissed off friends, with Starfire being the only one who apparently didn't yell at him for this. Instead, she burns him the worst, pointing out how alike he and Slade are on account of not trusting anyone. And this stings the worst coming from her, as out of the entire crew, Star was the only one who didn't give up on him when he started brooding with his conspiracy board. Starfire is the kindest, most caring person on the team, but her crush is obsessed with being a hero and doesn't allow himself to be anything else. Probably because he's gone solo and feels like he needs to prove something to Batman. Unfortunately, he does this by turning into him, cutting into his whole I'm my own man tantrum. A fact proven by the Bad Future episode, where Starfire gets sent 20 years into the future, only to find out that the Titans aren't friends anymore, and everyone aged like shit. Except Nightwing. He's contractually obligated to be hot, but he's alone and miserable like everybody else. Thankfully, Star has the power of love and, more importantly, chronomancy to prevent the friend group from imploding. Speaking of imploding, let's talk about the best Rob Star episode.
Her name is Kitten, and you will take her to prom.
So in the middle of a man's power fantasy as he tries to take over the city, Killer Moth's teen daughter is throwing a fit over her boyfriend dumping her. So dealing with the situation rationally, Kitty strong-arms her father into blackmailing Robin to take her to junior prom. Not even a real prom, the junior prom. Honestly, this girl might be more evil than her father.
Now take my arm, lead me in, and would it kill you to smile?
So Robin agrees to take this girl out on a date. Starfire is getting heated. Like, she was at first just galled when she thought prom was some kind of duel, but then she gets pissed when Robin explains that this is a date thing. Not wanting her to see him like this, Robin tells her to help the others investigate Kitty, only to say nah as she shows up to the junior prom wearing her good dress under the moon with flowers and a purple sky. But not gonna lie, the best part of this whole thing is watching Star talk shit about Kitty the entire night.
Kitten is perhaps some form of ooze monster in disguise. She certainly is ugly like a monster, yes?
Now the other woman is here. She's awful. Using Robin to make her ex jelly, she micromanages the whole event. Like, it's not enough that he's here in arm candy, but he's gotta jump through the hoops too. While Starfire has to watch and resist the urge to choke a bitch. Robin tries to dip when the other Titans give him the all clear, but things go from bad to worse when Kitty reveals that she has a Doomsday button, demanding Robin kiss her or she'll destroy the city. She is worse than the supervillain. As I can forgive megalomania and mass murder, but I draw the line at whiny entitlement.
Sorry, I don't like you that way. Matter of fact, I just don't like you.
Yes!
Robin nearly gets away with just stealing the remote, but then her ex shows up. Just not gonna think about that one. Instead, let's focus on Star calling Robin her boy after the ex called Kitty his girl, which works perfectly if you're in denial and think she's just referring to him as the boy wonder, or you can take it the way it was meant to. Rob Star easily wins the couple fight, with the two of them being declared king and queen of junior prom, sharing the last dance of the night and finally giving Robin a partner he actually likes. As we see yet again that these two will always have each other's backs, and also how Starfire will prioritize Robin over other slightly more pressing concerns, like getting married.
I am getting married.
What?
So yeah, after a while, we finally get an episode about Star's home planet, where she's being pressured into an arranged marriage by Blackfire, who just broke out of prison, and no one here cares that she was arrested. Acting as queen, she claims that Star needs to marry a slug mush monster to prevent a war. Except no, she doesn't, since the entire invasion force is a ruse. See, Blackfire really wants this MacGuffin. Mushman has it, and really wants a date. So Blackfire tries to trade her sister. But what you really need to know is that Robin is freaking out this entire time, demanding to know the who, the why, and praying for something nefarious here to stop it. Desperate not to see Starfire go, he tries to convince her to not marry this thing, but she wants to go through with it to save her people. And weirdly, Robin is the only one freaking out about this situation. Raven's over here talking about different cultures, different rules, while Cyborg is just calling him out for being jealous. And with how Robin nearly popped a blood vessel when he thought she was marrying a hottie, Cy might be onto something. Sticking to her guns though, and nearly going through with the marriage, it's seeing Robin get attacked that makes her put her foot down at the altar. Fighting her sister for the throne, Star takes a page out of Robin's book, sneakily grabbing the MacGuffin, depowering her sister, and winning the battle. Then because we can't get too into politics, Star makes her father figure the new king just so that she can dip back to Earth, saying the next time she gets married, it's gonna be someone her heart chooses, who might be on Earth, as she walks away with Robin. Yeah, he gets it. The Robin very much isn't.
She's not my girlfriend!
Okay, after many seasons of this show, constantly saving each other's lives, the moments, him being a crime-solving genius, yet he can't solve the mystery of getting his head out of his own ass, trying to downplay how into each other he and Starfire really are. And this just ends with him sending very mixed messages to Star, where after working together to defeat this rando, Cyborg's teasing makes Robin freak out and say that Star isn't his girlfriend, confusing the literal-minded alien. As a running gag with her is that she doesn't understand Earth customs and lingo, so Robin assumes that she thinks he said they're not friends. But the problem is way worse than that. Getting caught between two angry aliens, the Titans end up stranded on a distant planet, where Star proves again that she's a queen, saving Robin's life with nothing but a bow and arrow, but still giving him the cold shoulder, forcing the boy fumbler to try and clear up the misunderstanding, except there isn't one. While she might not get it all the time, she has a pretty good idea about what girlfriends and dating is. Her problem is that she's over Robin being wishy-washy over where they stand. Because yeah, even though the show doesn't dig that much into it, Robin and Star do a lot of couple things together. The Ferris wheel, the dancing, freaking out over her getting married. She may not understand Earth perfectly, but she knows that there's something going on between them. So for Robin to be flip-flopping between I love you to work friends, seeing how easily he denies their connection, regardless if it's a friend or romantic sense, it's a lot to take in, leaving her confused as she just doesn't know where she stands with him. She's used to being confused on Earth, but she counts on Robin more than anyone else to be straight with her, to let her know what's going on, and if he can't even do that, what the hell are they doing? Star is so uncertain about their future that she can't focus on using her powers, hence the bow and arrow, as her abilities require positive emotions, and now she's stressed and confused about their relationship status.
I do not understand us.
Now, Robin's problem is that he's too focused on being a superhero. He's adopted Batman's mindset of focusing on fighting crime to the detriment of everything else. Usually you can give this a pass since the story only focuses on their superhero identities. However, even when Robin is just hanging out with his friends, he's a little bit emotionally stunted. He loves them, but it's so much easier for him to keep secrets, to let them know that he appreciates them, but not fully letting them in. It's why when he does let his emotions out, it's often childish or petty like Star's marriage, as all the years of trying to keep calm and composed can't withstand an explosion of hormones. So when sincerely asked by Star what she is to him, he's tongue-tied, but slowly and painfully, he gets it out. He talks about how cool it is that she can shoot star bolts. Like damn, she's good at work. But eventually he does get more personal, talking about how brave and strong she is, how he finds her amazing, how he doesn't mind having a girl for a friend. In fact, he even loves
Oh god damn it.
So, the Ben 10 reject ruins the moment. Chasing them down, the two are forced to make a leap of faith.
As long as we're together, we'll be okay.
Feeling the warm and fuzzies, she's able to fly again. The other guy falls to his death. These two hug it out, full hand on waist, all while Raven is getting her feet humped by Furbies. Yes, I can't unsee it too. And that's the big one. Everything after this is just the prequel in the movie. We have little stuff like Star's doppelganger pointing out how Star thinks of Robin as hers, but we already knew that. And the prequel doesn't give us that much. As like, Star first came to Earth as a captive. She was a prize of war, didn't understand how weak the planet was, so everyone kinda thought she was a villain. With it being Robin, after Raven suggests using a gentle touch, who gets her out of the cuffs, and she kisses him, not out of gratitude, but her species has a power where she can learn languages via kisses. Meaning most of Starfire's initial knowledge of Earth was gleaned from Robin's tongue. He's the first one to show her kindness, and the Titans all come together to save the day. Let's talk about the movie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Teen Titans! Good night, Tokyo!
So Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo is the perfect finale for the series, if you ignore Terra. The Titans go to Tokyo in search of a mysterious supervillain Brushogun who sent a Power Ranger to bomb their house before killing himself. Now, despite traveling halfway across the world, they give up immediately when an adult tells them they got punked, declaring Brushogun to just be an urban legend. Which, in a show where they have fought secret societies, Satan and the British, the Titans just somehow believed this. deciding to just hang out in Tokyo for a bit, with everyone breaking off. But Robin and Star decide to hang out together, doing couple shit, and it's adorable. Riding down the river under sakura trees, having fun at the arcade. Robin early on is just kinda sulking because he didn't solve the case, but getting out there, touching grass, watching Star have a blast, it melts that hyper-focused brain of his, as he is in love. And this is one of the few times where they aren't on the clock to ruin it. The city is allegedly safe, so he can just be with her. And when Star is happy, he can't help but be happy too. So after 5 seasons, it finally looked like something was about to happen. And they know it, as Star kissed a rando earlier to learn Japanese, saying it was just to learn the language, pointing out that she knows that Earth has some different connotations for locking lips. With the two squirming as they know they're about to get those kisses.
Starfire?
Yes, Robin?
You know you're my best friend, right? I never want anything to get in the way of that.
Nothing ever could.
They're fidgeting with their hair, downing breath mints, doing a quick double check, as they know it's finally going down.
Fear! Psycho Check was afraid of someone. Terrified.
Move this man!
So yes, it is not in fact going down, as it takes just one word for Robin to jump back on that hero grind and leave his girl hanging. Starfire is being far more graceful than she could be, suggesting maybe, for just a brief moment, they could not be heroes. Spare some time for themselves. But no. Hating the idea that a detective is looking down on him, Robin berates himself for taking a break and acting like they wasted the whole day, treating the time he enjoyed with her as frivolous. Like, we never see Batman in this. You can pretty much just hear his dad talking right now, as he is trying really hard to justify not having a life.
We don't make mistakes, and we don't have time for
what?
for this.
All of this hurts Starfire, as he has fully killed the vibe, insulted their time together, insisting that they can only be heroes. Again, great meta commentary on how the show ignores the non-hero identity, as Robin refuses to deal with it, making being Robin the limit of his personality. It is all that he is and all that he can be, with Starfire trying to get him to open up, to let them have this moment, but he shuts her down. However, she does get the final line, as she cuts off Robin's ultimatum to hit him with the truth.
A hero is what I am, and if you don't like it...
Robin, I like it more than you will ever know.
See, what I love about this is that she knows this is what Robin is like. It hurts. It sucks to come so close only to watch a man cockblock himself. But she knows for all of Robin's posturing, it's just that. Him claiming he can only be a hero, alienating those close to him to focus on the job. These are all things that she has seen him do before. So she doesn't even let him finish saying the thing she knows he already regrets. Instead, Star just puts all of her feelings out there, letting him know that she loves him as a hero, but also the parts of himself that he refuses to acknowledge. That's why she says she loves him more than he'll ever know, because he refuses to look at himself beyond being a hero, and she loves all of him. But he's already left her, so Star flies away. From there, things get worse for everyone that deserves it. Star was his ride, Robin got framed for murder, with Star venting to a child about her boy troubles, because she has been patient with this idiot. She's been in love with him since day one, and after that, she wonders if she should just give up. But no, deciding this whole only a hero line is complete nonsense, as she's a hero and she has feelings for him, and she knows he feels the same. So she decides she's not going to give up here, and she's going to keep fighting for this shit, saving his life when he gets cornered by the cops. And this is the moment where it finally clicks. Robin having been forced to contend with what he thought he did, and how trying to only be a hero led to it, with him fittingly being forced to ditch his hero gear. And while he's still being a hero outside of this, it leaves him vulnerable in a way we're not used to seeing, providing him some perspective, showing how going off on his own, pushing others away for work, seemingly killing a man, throwing in the later reveal that the detective is the true villain of the story, who was so obsessed with being seen as a hero that he enslaved Brushogun to create villains for him to defeat. All this hammers into Robin's head the danger of making being a hero your entire identity, which is why when he's alone with Starfire, no costume, just him and her, he holds off putting it back on, wanting her to stay with him, to have that little moment before having to go deal with the rest of the crazy. He's realized she was right. They're not just heroes, they're people. And finding time between not dying is what makes life truly meaningful.
What's up?
Damn it! You got me shitting me!
Vibe is killed. They run off to go fight Pain in a printer. Bad guy is revealed, kick his ass, with the fight ending with Robin cradling Star's unconscious body. Being so relieved that she's alive, we finally get that damn kiss. It's in full view of their friends, and no one is surprised. Tokyo declares them their new heroes. Beast Boy is worried that they have to go back to their city. But thankfully, Robin's learned the lesson and is down to stay in Tokyo for just a little bit longer. As even heroes need a chance to stop being heroes, and Star would break up with him if he went back to work now. Robin and Starfire is not a groundbreaking ship. The relationship drama isn't a huge part of the show, which is to its benefit, as keeping it in the background prevents it from feeling frustrating, leaving the episodes that are about them and their flaws to shine out all the more. And while this wasn't my obsession while I was originally watching this show, I was more of a Raven Beast Boy kind of guy, but Starfire and Robin were everything they needed to be: cute, fun, and all about getting Robin to finally cut himself some slack. The later adaptations of their relationship are all fine, and I have no hate for Robin Batgirl fans. But if you ask me who is the best ship for Dick, I'd pick Robin and Starfire every single time. If just for the peace of mind that Dick has a girlfriend his dad didn't get pregnant. I hope.